I'm just messing around right now, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just learn how to get my banners and all that stuff up, you know. And you know what? I'm trying to get my my picture in. But I'm seeing if my background can put my background on here. Just figuring all this out. I'm still alive, but it's not. But YouTube's not showing my video. Well, y'all see it. Do y'all see my background? Or if anybody's there? My videos. Am I going live? Okay, I'm live now. All right, I see, but I don't see my background that I want to put in. I have that. Wait a second. Let's see what I got. Something fun. Open. I know. I'm trying to put these in, but it's not it's not doing it. And also, I'm trying to figure out how to um, how to send a link. As I said, man, I just got on this, so I bought all this stuff. The top right, I have an icon. Okay, customize control, manage extensions. All right, comments. All right, I'm trying to figure out how to put up a link to test this. Did y'all know how to put up a link to test this out? All right, I'm looking for that right now. As soon as I find it, I'm looking for the invite. Would I go to like settings or something like that? Guests. Oh, okay. I can do green screen too. Audio, camera. All right. All right, guests. All right, I still on the computer. I'm on the computer. Oh, okay. Now it came. All right, there's the link, y'all. What's up,
It
man?
works.
Oh, okay. All right, now my background is on. All right, I see. Now let me see something. All right. And then when do I then? Okay, let's try this. Man, so what's up, hippie? I saw your video with just another channel, man. When y'all made a conversion, bro.
You like that, man?
Oh hell yeah, man! That was dope as Chuck, man.
Yeah, that
You
was that
know,
was the highlight of the trip, man. That was the highlight of the Houston trip for me, or one of the highlights.
wait a second, add to the stream. What's up, God's night? You hear me,
What's up,
man?
Da Vinci? What's up, hippie man? Yeah, I can hear you, gentlemen.
What's up, brother?
Oh man, I'm just testing all this out, man. You know what I'm saying? This is informal show on YouTube and on Facebook. You know,
You streaming
All
on
good,
everybody,
Facebook
man.
too?
pardon me?
You streaming on Facebook right now too?
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to get it all, set up. I called up Mo, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So he's gonna be on,
Oh, cool.
and wait, yeah, and I'm thinking about like as I said, I told you I'm going a little bit different, and I got my mics, you know what I'm saying? I got a tripod and stuff like that, Then pretty soon hooking on to the camera, you know what I'm saying? And so I might gradually but surely like getting everything put together, trying to set up my feed. You know what I mean? Then now I can see that this also sees green screen. So I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, yeah, man. I was like, yeah, that's tight. You know.
Hey, I'm gonna have to catch up to everybody, man. Robin's streaming now. Now
No,
you got your setup going. I'm just waiting for my stuff to get here from freaking China.
no. I don't know. I'm just trying. I mean, right now, man, I'm just trying. This is informal, man. Thank y'all for coming through. 6 viewers and stuff like that. This is an informal test premiere. Just trying to get it. But yeah, man, it's been crazy. Now, so yeah, so tell me more about that dude that you made into a believer.
All right. So we were at that it was like an anti-tyranny medical rally or whatever in Houston. What it was the a Republican GOP was supposed to go down in Houston. It was a 3-day event. The whole Texas GOP was supposed to have a convention. Well,
Right.
the mayor of Houston is big leftist Democrat, like socialist kind, radical, and he shut down the city for 2 weeks and blamed it on COVID. So it was supposed to be a lot. Like I was told there was going to be 700 people there protesting this thing, because they're like the Latinos for Trump event. there was people from Florida, people from Utah. I mean, all kind of people went there. I met, but we just thought it was going to be bigger. Anyways, there was a group of 5 young gentlemen, all that same age. And you see that one guy talking to another black gentleman. He was there trying to build unity amongst these groups. He was the older guy. I have footage. Brandon doesn't really show him, but it was a tall black man, like 6.5 feet. The fucker was tall, man. That guy was fucking tall, man. And it was like, I was like, yo, but anyways, he was trying to talk to me, and you can see the friend like doing gang signs at his face, calling him a coon and all that right at the beginning of Brandon's video. Long story short, the guy gets on top. We give him the bullhorn. They were our anti-protesters or the resistance or BLM or whatever. There was only 5 of them. So we give him
Right.
the bullhorn and we let him speak. And he was going on about Jesus and God, and that's what's wrong with the country. It needs to go back to that. And he was upset that he spent his whole life Aldine, when he kept saying Aldine, I say Aldine, you say Aldine. That's like the hood of Houston. And he said he worked his entire life to make sure he could graduate. He got a job. He spent $400 on graduation, like pictures, an outfit, the whole 9 yards. And he wasn't able to do walk across the stage, and so I'm getting ahead of myself. So when he was going on about the God, I was like, look, man, BLM's trained Marxists, the first thing they're going to want is to take away God. Like, that's the goal of Marxists, to take away
Oh
God.
yeah, man. They're telling you they're doing that so hard. They're on that so hard, man. It's sick.
It is very sick. And then so when he realized that, he took off his mask, but he was like, I get behind y'all. See, the thing is, people believe the propaganda. It don't matter where you are. People are believe or who you are. It's they're believing the propaganda that the right or Trump supporters or whatever, people that might think COVID's fake. Well, I don't know how you want to justify whatever class we're in, but he was there for the first, I guess, meeting us as a group the first time, and see, we were they were opening arms. We listened. It didn't matter who you are, what your idea was. We was listening, and it was about unity. We all had a little different views, but we were all there together in one mission. Open the city back up. Let us be let us be Americans again. Don't keep us like we're caged up or whatever. And then so when he realized that, he was like, man, I support y'all, blah, 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 blah. So I don't know. I'm glad that if it wasn't me, I'm just glad that, someone opened his eyes and made him realize this movement is about Marxism. This movement is about the downfall of this country. It has nothing to do with Black lives. It has not a fucking thing to do with Black lives. And the way you could prove that is look at the donations. You go donate at BLM.com or whatever. All that funnels to Ag Blue. All that Ag
Oh
Blue
yeah,
funds
I
the
did a video
Democrat Party.
a couple years ago. I did it live and showed that it all linked to Act Blue
Yeah.
and stuff like. I was like, and it was my first time actually doing it, like actually really just following the links. I mean, I did it another way by myself, but following the links, and I did. What the crazy thing about it was that I did it from a Q post.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
so
man.
what's your thoughts on Q, man?
I want to tell you what, though, man. To be honest with you, it's a. I look at it. People think of Q as a person. I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like sort of like a secret comsec or something like that. But I look at it. It's a great tool for research, and
Right.
that's the way I see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what everybody else is saying, but when I actually sit there and I do my research, I refer to Q posts and Q links and stuff like that, and then I look at the different people that's involved and then find out who they're. Only thing what Q does for me is it gives me a starting point. Like everything that's happening now, I knew a long time ago.
Right, right. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, when these emails first came out, like the end of 14 or 15 or whatever, a lot of this information was in there, but a lot of, not all Q supporters, but a majority of the Q supporters were still not hip to WikiLeaks or the information or whatever. So when it all came out with this Q drop, it's like everybody got privy to it or whatever, and now it's it's common knowledge. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like the fact that Q goes after like Alex Jones, for example, or Trust
I,
Sessions and
you know,
shit. You know?
I want to tell you what. This is the way I look at everything, right? And I don't really speak much on different subjects and stuff like that, like right away. I go by the damn Bongino rule. I wait like 24 to 48 hours, or else if the information's still there, shoot, I'll wait a week while everybody else is going to be sitting there talking about it and it's trending and all that stuff like that. I'll sit back and watch and do my own research. You know what I'm saying? Before I say anything, and that goes for all types of news sources,
You're
not
right, Da
just
Vinci. That's what Bongino does. It's a military rule. It's a
right,
military it's a military way of doing it with intel because the thing is, it from my experiences, well, in the military is intel is, or information is always delayed, or uh, it's wrong information, it's wrong intel. So you always have to wait for the correct intel to come by, and it could be waves of it until they tell you which one is the correct one.
right. And I think that's the problem with people because people, especially YouTubers, they like to jump the gun. And what I want to do on this right here is that I'll talk about stuff, but I am want to say, look, man, I heard it from the grapevine. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this is true. I'm not saying this is false. I can tell you what I heard, and then I'll tell you what I believe. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
as I said, we all conspire. The base word of conspiracy is to conspire, and the theory was basically conspiracy theory that was made by the FBI and all that type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Back in I think like 1963 or some shit like that.
The
60.
CIA and the FBI, man, they're
Yeah.
always disinformation
Only
tactics.
thing that only thing that is a fancy word for hypothesis and educated guess.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So a conspiracy theory, you know what I'm saying, is an educated guess. You know what I mean? And that's
Yep.
all. And that's all it is. The way they sit there and try to criminalize it and all that type stuff. That's pretty much bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And stuff like because they don't really know um, what an actual conspiracy theory is. You know what I'm saying? Because right before our eyes, which is really crazy, is that they literally changed they literally changed the meaning of what it really is. You know what I'm saying? Of what a conspiracy theory really is, or what is a conspiracy theory actually really rooting from. You feel me?
Right.
Right.
Well, that's why they call it the rabbit hole, man. You got to go down there and start looking for yourself. You can't take no one's word for it. No one.
Right. Right. That's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing about it. You know what I mean? And I don't get upset. Like lately, I just haven't really getting upset, not unless if it's some like real fuckery. You know what I'm saying? But like I was accused earlier, right? Well, man, you support fascists and them trying and Trump trying to go to these cities. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, man. Just to put it on the record, I support law and order. You know what I'm saying? There's bad apples in everything. Even when I
Yep.
was in the military, I've seen shit in the military that has happened that I will never talk about because that's nobody's business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. But I've seen shit in the military I thought was shady. I ain't gonna say I didn't. You know what I'm saying? But the majority of my experience in the military, man, was the best experience and the greatest people I've ever met in my entire life.
And I agree with that 100%. And I tell people like parts of my story, I miss it. Sometimes I miss it because of the shit I've gone through as a civilian. My civilian life is pretty bad. I miss the simplicity of the military, man. I miss it sometimes.
Hmm. Like a lot of people won't like what I have to say, but me personally, I believe, look, if you're not going to college, if you're not going to school or anything like that, then or learning a trade, then you have to go to the military for 2 years.
I believe in that too, man. Just like Israelis, Russians, even Filipinos, most of the countries have a mandatory 2 to 3 years, service.
Right. So look, you go to school or you go to the service. Which one do you want? Period. You know what
I
I'm
think our
saying?
I think our country would better off if our youth, our young men and women, did enlist for 2 years at least after high school.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I'm not I mean, well, it's supposed to be voluntary. And so I understand it's supposed to be voluntary, but right now, man, you know what I'm saying? Just like the liberals like to change things. You know what I'm saying? I'm like this. This is a completely different time. There's more threats. And also there's more jobs. Like we need, even though you go to the military, we need these kids that are computer geniuses, you know what I'm saying? That the ASVAB has to be upgraded. It has to be more geared toward, I think, in a way for us to change the military, as in coming in, is they got to really focus not just on interest but on also talents. Even if it goes to something like graphic design, having the military for graphic design, you know what I'm saying? All but still, you learn the soldier, you learn the discipline, but also the sky's the limit on what you can do and all that stuff like that. But the way they did when I was there, that it was still open by slots. You know what I'm saying? On what needs
Yeah.
to be available, yada yada
Yep.
yada. That's always going to be there on the slots that's available for your job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the
But
most common is a 0300.
right. So knowing that, all right. Okay, here's what we do. All right. You go to basic training. Okay, you pick the military MOS that you want to focus on. That's for like that would be the AIT for your in defense of the country.
Right.
Okay. So you got to go to one school, and that's mandatory for in defense of the country on what you do. Once you get that training, all right, if slots available, then you go to a second AIT. You know what I'm saying? And that is doing what you're interested in. And when the slot arrives, then you go to that slot. That's how it should work. First slot is your in defense of the country. That's your military MOS. That's your job in the military that you know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then after you get done with that AIT and you want to go on computer graphic design or filming and editing, or even if you want to do that MOS and that slot's available, then you go straight to the MOS if that slot's available. If that slot's not available, you have to pick something in defense of the country and also something else that also will help benefit the military as a whole. You know what I'm saying? As in your specific talent, your specialty, like call it your um, around the lines of a specialty MOS. Yeah, he does this. This is his job. He's an MP. Yada yada yada, and treat that like probably like a like I say for your military special thing. You do military police once 1 week out of the month. You have to do your MOS training, whatever it is. Then you go back to your job. So that keeps the training and upgrades and all that stuff like that. That week could either be classroom, yada yada yada, on the beat, or even in the field.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of ways we can actually sit there and reconfigure the military. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. But everybody should have a in defense of the country MOS. That has to be mandatory. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because you may be needed there. You know what I'm saying? But also at the same time, your specialty talent may actually work within your in defense of the country, or you can possibly use both. You know what I mean? I mean, that's where specialists come in. Oh yeah, he does this MOS, but this is his talent. He's really good with hacking computers and yada yada yada. But also he's in a signal field. Or else, you know what I'm saying? This guy is great with construction and yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? But there wasn't no slots.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? But also he can do this, but this is his primary thing that he does. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. And I think it'd make a better military. I think it'd make a better soldier. You know what I mean? A
No, you're
better.
right.
I mean,
You're right because there's some slots that don't have enough. So, for example, like you're saying, an MP, right? That's what he does. That's what he specializes in. Maybe that's his only one other than infantry, which everybody should be learning anyways. That's primary.
mhm.
So maybe engineers are short. So hey, you know what? Let's throw this MP guy in here part time and teach him how to do engineering in case we need him or her.
Right, 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 right. Hold on one second. I'm on mute real quick. Yeah, what's up, Bigger? Yeah, I'm on live. Yeah, I'm messing around with it. Come on, yeah, come on. Yeah, come online. I'll send a link on there. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is just a test, just messing around. This is not formal yet. You know what I mean? Just messing with it. All right then. I'll check you out in a minute. Yeah, that's all I'm doing is messing with it right now. Oh, that's my friend on that's called me, saw me that I was live. So I got to send her a link.
All
Hold
good,
on.
man. All good.
Yeah. Oh man, but anyways, it's where was I? Where was
We're
I? Say,
talking about uh reforming the military to where you have more available positions or slots to do, to fill in.
right, and I think it'd be better. You know what I'm saying? So then people will be, I mean, trained better. Like just not just for military life, but also civilian life.
It
You
used
know
to
what I'm
be
saying?
like that. It used to be like that, Da Vinci, in the 80s, 90s. Everybody had a trade, learned multiple trades, became apprentices, journeymen, all that stuff. And they did away with that.
Right,
They did
right.
away with that.
And that's why I say I'm a firm believer in it. But also, did you see that video of that Beverly woman?
Beverly
That
woman.
that the black woman that put black paint all over the Black Lives Matter on front of
Yeah,
the
man.
Trump Tower.
Oh yeah,
God's
several
Knight's
people.
got that on his parlor. That's
Three
an
of them.
amazing woman.
Yeah,
Huh?
3 of them got arrested, man, and all 3 of them were Black Americans.
No, one was white.
Oh, one was white. Okay, I
Right, it
thought it
was
was
a
all
white,
three. I thought it was all 3 Black American, man. I'm like, really?
white and a black girl that was doing it too, or a white man and a black girl that was doing it, or something like that.
Yeah, they arrest. I just know they arrested 3 of them, and I thought it was all 3 of them were Black Americans. I was so one was white. All right.
Right, right, right. And I mean, I tell you what, Joe, man, bravo, bravo. And then what's funny is I'm seeing all the people, like a lot of people sitting there saying that, people are sitting there saying that it's what did they say? Oh man, she look all crazy and stuff like that. And then when I showed the whole video before she even got started, then no comments. The whole entire video, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I see how y'all are, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
Right.
will take a little snippet of something and then make your own little picture on the shit. You know what I'm saying? Inside your mind. And then all of a sudden, now she's all crazy. And a lot
Context.
and some man, I love the dude. You know what I'm saying? Amazing Lucas, but I'm upset with Amazing Lucas on his views on it.
It's all context, Da Vinci. You know that it's all
Yeah,
context, man.
I love Amazing Lucas to death, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he got the right to his opinion, so it's not no
Right.
bad
Right.
like that, man. But I am upset. You know what I mean? I mean,
But
I am.
that's
Yeah,
fair. That's fair. You're right, because the thing is, if we start turning on each other, trying to correct each other, and trying to one up each other, like me and Hippie were talking about before, we're no different than the side we're opposing.
Hmm. Hmm. And Amazing Lucas was completely wrong on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna call it how I see
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's fair.
You know what I mean? No love taken away, no nothing, because Amazing Lucas, he has amazing content. I love his video game shit as well.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. But on that point, I do disagree with Amazing Lucas. You
And
know what I mean?
people tend to forget, man, about feedback. Apparently, feedback now is an attack.
Hmm.
It's not constructive. It's not, hey, you know what? I disagree with you. Maybe you could have approached it this way. Oh yeah, that makes sense. No, it's like, oh no, quit attacking me. Quit telling me I'm wrong because I know I'm right. And we've
Right.
lost that common sense along the way too.
Yeah, a lot. I call it the three C's: common sense. Wait, I mean, I did it a long time ago. Common sense, context, and comprehension.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The three C's. I'm gonna have to write that shit down because I have to sit there and think about it just to remember. And I made it up my damn self. You
It's a
know,
good one. It's a good one though.
right? You know, and I mean, and that's what I've seen. You know what I mean? And it upsets me. It really does upset me. You know, but at the same time, that's people's particular point of view. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna sit there and dog a person's point of view. Just because just because somebody I just because somebody has a different point of view. I mean, that's their point of view. But
Hmm.
but I'm gonna call spade a spade at the same time, though. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm gonna call spade a spade at the same time. I might no disrespect, but I don't agree. And the way Black Lives Matter and all that stuff is going on, I mean, say George Soros and going to the Democratic Party and all this stuff dealing with this coronavirus and all that stuff like that. I mean, it's now it's going too far. I mean, even at my job, okay, even at my job, uh, I got sick just on the food. You know what I'm saying? I got
What is
sick on the.
what is your occupation, Da Vinci?
Oh well, I work in the food industry, factory, feeding the whole United States.
Wow. So you got
I
sick
don't
off
like.
the food that you work with?
No, it was in the cafeteria. It just
Ah, okay.
tasted bad. It didn't agree with my stomach. You know what I'm saying? That's all. And it came to my mind, but it was something I did like. But how as you get older, you know what I'm saying, your system changes on what you can eat and what you can and can't eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, anyways, then they send me to the nurse's office, right? And this is just right after I get done puking. Okay, right after I get done puking, man. And and so I go there. And I said, yeah, I had a stomach ache, yada, 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 all that good stuff. And they took my temperature and I was like 99.5, right? So, anyways, they gave me a sheet, you know what I'm saying, a medical leave. I had to go. They sent me to get a corona, to get a blame kung flu test. I'm gonna call it kung flu. You know what I'm saying? And what happened was that I was walking out. I put my stuff inside my locker. I was walking out, and we have like a thermal scan coming inside, right? So, anyways, I said, no, let me go on this thermal scan real quick. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what my temperature is because my temperature then was like 99 degrees. This is like right after you get done puking, right?
Right.
So, anyways, I looked at the thermal scan. I was like 97, like 97.5. That's
You
Yeah,
cooled down already. You cooled down already.
you know what I mean? You know, like so anyway, so I sit there and I call. I'm like, yo, man. I go, are you sick? You got no, I don't got no nothing. I'm fine. I go, I just threw up and your temperature rises.
Mm.
You know what I mean? On a 4 wheel. And what happened was that she goes, well, man, well, you have to prove it and all that and understand. I says, look, I says, I looked at the blame, what you call it, the blame symptoms, right? You know
Mhm.
that I said, you know the symptoms are every single affliction to man, and they blame it on fucking coronavirus, kung flu. No fucking lie. No fucking lie, man.
Of course, it's
You know,
not a lie. We know. We
I,
already know what's going on.
I can't even fucking, you can't even fucking fart crooked.
Right?
Yeah. You know, I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what, man? This is
Well,
nuts.
apparently, a fart spreads COVID too. Just be aware of that.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, you're wearing a mask, you can smell it, right? So, okay, we're
Exactly.
done. Okay. Oh, if the first smell can survive, then the virus can survive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stupid, stupid fucking shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, I go ahead. You know what I'm saying? I got my test back. I go back to work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So I sat there. I told the nurse like a couple of days ago. You know what I'm saying? Because after I sent all the paperwork and I got my test and my negative. You know what I'm saying? And I go, August is coming up, man. I go, and that's the worst. It's the worst time of year for me. I'm miserable in August because of my allergies, the hay fever, and all that. Like prime summer. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're going into. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The 90s and all that stuff like that. Then all the pollen, and plus it rains out here a lot. So then there's a lot of blame ragweed and all that stuff like that. You know what I mean? And my eyes are going to be watering. I'm going to have Benadryl with me. I'm going to have a runny nose. And what you going to do? Send me home every time and thinking it's COVID?
They're gonna tell
You
you to
know,
quarantine, man. They're gonna tell you to quarantine. 14
yo,
days.
I'm like, dude, and this is no fucking pay, dude.
Yeah, that's bull. That's garbage.
You know what I'm saying? This is no fucking pay. And I'm like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I go, you know what? I go, now I know what I have to do. I have to go to doctors. I got allergies. I go, I am not getting tested every time I have a fucking runny nose. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
No.
fucking doing. You know, I go, I already social distance from people. I've been socially distancing from people for years, so that don't even really fucking bother me. You know what I mean? That's one part of it that don't bother me. Occasionally, I don't like to give people lots of hugs. It's not about disease or anything like that, man. It's more spiritual for me.
Well, the thing
You know,
is, it is spiritual, and you're showing them what are you afraid of? What is there to be afraid of? There's nothing to be
it's
afraid of.
it's not being afraid of. I mean, I understand that, but there's some people that got demons, and I sense them, and I just don't mess with them.
Yeah. No,
You
no, no,
know,
no,
you know what I
no,
mean?
no. I'm not talking about that. Like when you hug someone, you shake their hands in public, right? Like especially right now. This is what I meant. Sorry,
Well, oh,
is
go
that
ahead.
you're showing them what is there to be afraid of? This virus isn't what they're making it out to be. So why
Right,
why distance? Now spiritually, yes, I can understand too because you don't want what's on them to jump to you.
right. You know, and that's just me. That's just the way I roll. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
stuff like that. Not unless if I have that barrier of somebody that's close, and even though I know they have demons, I give them a hug. You know what I'm saying? Because I look, man, I want you to be right, man. You gotta find God. I mean, that's different because I have
Right.
that power. Well, I always have the power with me, but there's times that I just don't want that around me. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's you know what I'm saying? And I think on my point, as I think about it, you know what I'm saying? That I think I gotta be more God intent, but still, you in the Bible says some people, man, you just gotta leave alone.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, shaking a hand, that's cool for me and all that stuff like that. I'm not a germaphobe, but I'm a spiritual phobe, big time. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I am. I'm intuitive like that. You know what I'm saying? What they call it? That
Discerning.
people can discerning, but it's another word too. It's more a noun, not an action word, not a verb. Um, oh shit, intuitive or something
Okay.
like that. You know what I mean? I can sit there and I can look at somebody and I just feel their soul. I know exactly what they are, and then it may be a day, maybe 2 days, maybe a week, and all of a sudden the true colors come out, and I saw, I knew it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I knew it. Some people I must nah, man. You know what I mean? I'm just not going to go there. You know what I'm saying? But, anyways, what's been happening to you? Where you from, brother?
California.
California. All
Yep.
right. So what's going on? What's going on out there, man? 'Cause I know y'all going through it.
Where the where the example state, man. Everybody's following suit that's democratically run.
What?
So we're basically
Wow.
China in the United States, man. A $1,500 fine now for no mask or no social distancing, none of the garbage that we're supposed to do. $1,500
Right.
fine or 90 days in jail. And mandatory testing, like what you're going through in California, starting here in California, the mandatory testing for employees for a subtle symptom of a cough or a sneeze or a touch of this nose or a little sniffle. Oh,
Right.
go home and get tested and quarantine. It's
And
ridiculous,
no pay. And no fucking pay.
right? No pay
Wow, dude.
because
I
our
think they took
my go ahead, go ahead.
they took me off of Facebook. I think they did. I
They
see
they,
it, but
they shadow
They
banned you.
just took you off.
I mean,
You got
I
shadow
see
banned,
my.
maybe.
It was that COVID talk.
I mean, I still see it on my thing. As it says, I'm just trying to. I mean, I'm going live. It said friends only. Hold on one second. All right, somebody else is on, but hold on one second. But no, but everybody's not really. Now I'm down to like one person.
Yo,
Wow.
You're
Jake,
shadow banned.
have you took a COVID test yet?
Yeah, I'm negative.
How many have you took?
One.
How long ago?
It took. I took it on Wednesday.
This week?
I got it. I got it yesterday. Got my results back yesterday.
How are you feeling?
I feel all right. I feel great. Why?
The test came back negative?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. We went and protested at the CDC because they were giving out contaminated test kits. They got caught more than
That.
once. The FDA busted them. And then
That.
that
Yeah.
Tanzanian president tested the fruit, the goat, and the sheep, but gave them human characteristics, and
And
they all came
soil.
back positive. And there was a nurse that had made a video, just opened some up, sent them off, and then when they came back, they were positive. She never even used them. So I've been real hesitant and telling the people around me, don't you fucking take a test. So
I know I had to because of my job. I was put in the
Yeah,
corner.
yeah, I
that's
was
what's
listening to
bullshit.
all that. Yeah.
OSHA,
Yeah.
OSHA has
Yeah. That was
ordered it,
that was
not
my job.
mandated. OSHA has ordered this since I don't know. I posted on my party. I don't remember when. I think it was like in April or some garbage like that. That everybody who's working has to have a test, and if they show the slightest symptom, they have to get a test. So you can have 20 tests in 20 days, or figuratively.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah, it
But
blows my mind on the logic of some people. Some people are like, oh, I got tested a week ago. I got tested 2 weeks ago. I'm okay. No, you need to be tested every day. If it's not, you get tested one day and then you're good for the rest of your life.
what? Oh, check this out. I'm not. They even took me off of YouTube.
Did you really?
Then you got shadow banned, brother.
What?
Hey, man, that censorship in real time is real, man. But that blows my mind because, I mean, you know what I'm saying? There was barely anybody watching.
Wow.
The
That's
AI,
crazy.
man. The AI will pick you up quick.
Browser does not currently recognize. Matter of fact, here. Matter of fact, check this out. I'm gonna let y'all see this.
So I wonder if that's like the program in StreamYards. You know what I'm saying? Is the AI in the StreamYards?
Like what Striker was talking about when
Exactly.
it gets all weird.
Exactly. Because StreamYards is the host.
Yeah.
How did all platforms kick you at one time? It's got to be in StreamYard.
Wait a second. Wait a second. There it goes.
Wow. Yep. Shadow ban, man. Or a
Mm-hmm.
complete ban? Is it a complete ban or just shadow ban? Because there's
Uh,
nothing.
yeah.
Dude, I
Mm-hmm.
haven't even got that. That's
Did you
weird.
did you get that? This is my first time.
What the?
That's what I'm saying. It blows my mind, man.
Wow, dude. Wow, man. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah, it
saying your
is.
browser. It could be shadow ban, dude, or some kind of glitch. It could be a glitch too. I don't know.
Let me let,
What
let me go let me go in my settings inside my
what
stuff.
browser are you using?
Um I might
Chrome?
I'm moving I think I'm using Google.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's the only one really you can use, that or Firefox or something, Mozilla or something.
Yeah, well it's good to know. It's good to know now.
Yeah, I'm
You
using
know,
Brave, dude. I've had no problems with Brave. They actually Brave blocks a lot of spam, malware, and spyware. Because right now I had to reinstall my Brave, and I'm up to 25,466 trackers and ads blocked.
right. That's nuts, man. That's nuts. But on YouTube, on Facebook, I'm still alive.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? That's nuts.
So it could be
But
a glitch, or your shadow ban, or I don't know. That's crazy to see that.
yeah, man. Wait a second. Okay, one watching. Okay, also, all right, go to Duck and Go because that's what's on my phone. But no, I'm still off. I'm not even on Duck and on my. No, I'm on Duck and Go for my phone. That's what it goes to. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, DuckDuckGo was bought out by Google.
it was
Yep.
okay. Says I'm live on YouTube.
So DuckDuckGo isn't really safe anymore like they used to be.
Wow, dude. Wow. That's fucking crazy, dude. Here, I'm gonna put my camera on. Hold on, look at this shit. Wait a second. I'm gonna put my camera on.
So is it a worst case scenario?
Okay. Here's my phone. Wait, I'm trying. Okay, you see it?
Yeah.
That right. Okay, that right there. All right. So you see my live right there?
Yeah, it's
Now
all
watch.
black. It's all blanked out.
Now watch me push it. Right there. Bam. Ain't that crazy?
What the shit?
Yeah, man.
Do you know why, Da Vinci?
What?
'Cause you're not a black man anymore, according
Mm.
to their algorithm.
Oh, yeah. You sound like you're Mexican.
Yes, I am.
Oh, most Deb. Most Deb. See, we got a white guy, we got a Mexican, and we got a black guy. You
Right?
know,
They walk into a bar, right?
wait, no. Niggas and crackers and spicks. Oh, my. Should make a shirt. Niggas and crackers and Sphinx, oh my.
We are a threat, man. We are a threat to them.
That
Uh,
is
Da,
not.
da, Da Vinci has graduated to Uncle Tom now,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
huh? Hey, I did that interview with Alan West, or not really an interview, but I talked to Alan West, and he was behind that documentary Uncle Tom, and I don't know why people think that's so degrading. How that should be like a badge of honor to be called Uncle Tom, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, man. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't really
Oh,
know. Obviously I'm not black, so I don't really know how far that if it's
dude,
degrading or whatever. But.
I want to tell you. I got a neo-Nazi story, man. This happened back in the '90s. Okay, I was living in Arizona. Okay, and and it's like 94, 95 or something like that, right? And it was me and this dude named Jason. Okay, I remember him. There was these cats in the we were sitting there. There was this like regular biker bar that we went to. I knew everybody inside my bar. I was like one of two black people that went to this biker bar. You know what I'm saying? Now this is like in Hickville, Arizona. Okay, small ass town. I say there's about like 5 black people in the whole blame town, and every club there is nothing but country music. All right, so that was the only place to go. So I went to a country club just to do karaoke and did funk music. You know what I mean? Dude, I got them hit. Dude, I ain't gonna lie. I turned that city upside down. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
I was well liked in this hick cowboy town, right? So anyways, as this was happening, okay, so me and Jason, we were walking down the street. And well, no, we were in a biker bar. He was a biker dude. That he was. I think he was a Hell's Angel. You know what I'm saying? We became friends when everybody was saying that Hell's Angels are all racist. I knew
Right.
a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so I'm sitting there just here. I mean, I wasn't in a gang or anything, man. I was just one of those cool dudes. You know what I'm saying? And and this one dude like threw something at me. So then all these bikers sat there and got up. I'm like, you all right? Because yeah, man. Because he said they sat there and so they kicked him out of the bar. All right. Because they were fucking with me. I knew the bartender knew me, the owner knew me, everybody in this biker bar that you think everybody racist in knew who I was. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, there ain't gonna be none of that shit here. So me and Jason, my homie, were sitting there. So, anyways, me and Jason, we going out. So we're walking down the street. All right. There was a van came, and that van was chasing us, man. And they were coming out, and these were all motherfucking skinheads.
Oh
So we're
shit.
sitting. Oh, dude, we were sitting. We were running, man. And then he was like, "Why are you chasing after me? Cause you're with him." That's exactly what they said. Cause you're with the black man.
So was it retaliation from the dude getting thrown out?
I guess. I don't know. I have
That
no
would
clue.
that would be my assumption.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, yeah, assumption, yeah, but I'm reliving the moment, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So I went to the crib, man. I got my pistol and a few of my friends, and we went out, and also some of them Hell's Angels. They went out and they searched the whole town. I told them what the van looked like. There was bikers riding all over the place, and even me, because you had the right to open carry. So
Right.
so shoot, I had a Smith and Wesson and a 9 mil inside. I had two sidearms. You know what I'm saying? So I
You
mean, I
yeah, you were ready to go akimbo, huh?
I didn't have to carry a gun going out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I guess they knew that they saw that I had two blame pistols and they had none. They and I never saw them cats again. That was real story. But did that affect me with white people? No. Why? Because I had Hell's Angels bikers that had my back against neo Nazis. So are Hell's Angels bikers racist? Hello. You know what I'm saying? You have bad apples in all of them.
Yeah, they were just given that stigma, man, because the majority of them are veterans, and
Right.
the enemy does not like veterans, man, because they know they're gonna stand up and they're gonna fight back when they have to.
But yeah, but this shit was in the '90s though, man. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
it didn't affect. But it didn't affect my whole. You know what I'm saying? My whole persona on white folks because of it, and
right.
that's the crazy thing about it, man. That's the sad thing about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I really feel bad that it's come to that. You know what I'm saying? But yes, that's what it came to. You feel me? And it's sad that just one incident, you know what I'm saying, could actually change a whole person's persona on a particular race when it was just these people that were ignorant. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the people that were supposed to be racist were the ones that had my back. And you know what? I go that I mean there was a lot of stuff like that people that thought to be racist. Even there was a guy that was racist that stopped being racist because I did CPR on a white man. No fucking lie. You know what I'm saying? No fucking lie, man. And this is in the
Yeah,
'90s.
you were
And
just
then
supposed to
this
let them die, right?
right, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And but that tells you, you know what I'm saying, how there's a lot of people uneducated. Because this is what I'm looking at on this whole Black Lives Matter thing. We have a whole bunch of uneducated black folk. All right, whole bunch of uneducated black folk
And white
doing.
folk, Da Vinci. I mean,
I'm not there.
look at
I'm getting there.
BLM is like 90% white now.
All right, but I'm getting to a point. I know
Yeah.
that if and then they're influencing uneducated black folk. Okay, which is another thing is that they're influencing uneducated black folk. So what do you think these uneducated white folk are going to do? You have these educated Mexicans. What do you think the uneducated Mexicans are going to do? You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? And that right there is what I see happening in generalization. It's not going to be the black on white, it's going to be uneducated of every single race start retaliating, and that's going to cause a fucking storm. I mean, Black and Serve Patriot, and I think I said it on one of the shows when we were on Mo's hippie. And I sat there, go look. I said it's inevitable. What, win or lose, something big's going to happen
Yep.
for Trump.
100%.
I think you know what I'm saying. It doesn't matter who wins because because if Biden wins, it's not going to be accepted, not by the people. You know what I'm saying? I mean that would be the straw that breaks the back because how could because you always say, oh well, Biden's 10%, or if Biden is 10%, how come Trump filled stadiums and Biden came and filled a high school cafeteria?
Right.
All right, riddle me that, please. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Riddle me that. And you're saying Biden got a double-digit lead on Trump for the presidency? Really?
2016 all over again.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not looking at this bias. I'm looking at this logically. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen. Well, Bernie was in liberal fucking cities. That's how he got thousands. Yeah, let Bernie go to a blame Bible Belt and see how many people show up. You know what I'm saying? Let Bernie go to a little ass town and see who shows the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? On a real deal. On the real deal, man. You know, I just can't believe, man. I got kicked off of blame YouTube. Wow. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that blows my mind, man. The only thing I can think is maybe because you're streaming on Facebook, because it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, not knocking you or your channel or anything, but there's not really that many people watching, and I only get like 20 people watching me or whatever, and that hasn't even happened to me. But the only difference is you have streamed this to Facebook, and I have never done that, so I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, yeah, but that's crazy, man. I mean, it's interesting. I ain't you know what I'm saying? It's very interesting. You know what I mean? But just to go sit there and cross multi-platform like that, and then this is the first broadcast, and this ain't even a formal broadcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just, just playing around, messing around, and thanks for showing up. Thanks for seeing me. I appreciate both of y'all, man. I hope we do some things together, man. You know what I'm saying? And so now that I'm on, I mean, I got plans. I got real big plans for this, and then this is just the first step for me. You know what I mean? And all I can say is, I mean, share the video and all that stuff. The only thing I can say is that, my views are very, very unbiased. I'm like King Solomon. I'll chop the baby in half. You know what I'm saying? And well, that's where I stand. I go a lot of my belief system, my moral system, and my morality is really based on the Proverbs, King Solomon and his story, because I relate to him the most. I relate to David the most. You know what I'm saying? I relate to them all, but the strongest, Peter, you know what I'm saying?
The warriors,
And
man. That's where I relate with. I relate with a lot of the warriors in the Bible.
right, you know what I'm saying? But who catches me the most is King Solomon. You know what I'm saying? Because he taught you how to judge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not. And then what Peter says, what Paul says, is that we don't judge a person by who he is. We only judge him by the fruits that he bears.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing we can judge, not somebody's soul.
And then the word, man, they're not even perfect. Look, this is one of the things too that a lot of people don't understand about the word is nobody in God's word is perfect. They all had flaws. They all sinned. They all did something that was despicable to God's eyes. But what did they do? They repented.
Right. And I repent now as I'm doing this in front of people that people can actually see. Shoot, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lord Jesus Christ. I am sorry for what I've done. But you know what? I'm doing the best I can because I says, you
Right.
know what? If he says in his word, very well, my faithful servant, or you have done well in a few things. I hope these few things that I'm doing right now gets me in the pearly gates because I suck at the rest of this shit.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm with that. I'm with the few things that I do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I've done well in a few things. Thank you. Thank you for giving me that. You know what I mean? And that's coming from a sinner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That know he's a sinner. To know I'm not the best person. I'm not going to sit there and judge somebody, let alone is I got some things that I got to take care of myself that me and the Lord's taking care of. That he's taking care of me on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And gradually but surely, I'm getting there, but I'm not going to be perfectly right. But guess what? I go there's one. Guess what? Oh, God gives me His mercy for I can be saved because mercy is given, not expected.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's another thing people got to understand about the word. People expel it like I hate when preachers. Oh, now you're saved because you accepted Jesus Christ through that Romans verse that somebody you accept Christ by through your mouth, and all of a sudden the preacher says that, oh, now you're saved. Like, what gives you the right? And then in my mind, like, now I'm like, since I'm more in the word, is like, what gives you the right to say that? Why are you the why now you think you're the Pope? Now, just because you say I'm saved, you're my gateway to Jesus Christ. For me, I take that as blasphemy.
It is. It's a power trip. Because I was telling Hippie this too. Is well,
Yeah,
no, not just hippie. It was during a Brandon stream, and I was telling him that majority of the people in this world now are in a misconception or have been misled by the enemy to believe that they're greater than God's design themselves, that they're impervious to it.
right. You know, and no, 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 yeah, okay. And I give reading. I was no, no, no. I mean, Spirit came and told me that. Not as in, hey Jay, no. I mean, what I felt it was wrong. I knew it was wrong. That spirit of discernment, the Holy
Yep.
Spirit. Okay, this ain't no. I mean, people say that well, God talks to you. Oh, God, maybe God did talk to you. Why? Because this ain't no George Lucas ILM type King Ten Commandments type shit that God appears to you with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously, it doesn't happen that way. It comes over you. It's a presence with you, and it tells you through and through, and that's blasphemy. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned, as far as what the Holy Spirit tells me, that a man has no right to tell another man that he's saved. Because then, since you're saved, and I heard it from other people, you know what I'm saying? Now people take that, well, I ain't worried about why. Because I got Jesus. I'm saved. Are you? Why? Because your preacher told you? Because you said you accepted it? You know what I'm saying? And he
Yep.
clarified that he clarified that that God forgives you. So did God give him that right, or God gave him the right to witness? You know what I'm saying? Preachers got to understand what witnessing is. You know what I'm saying? You have to
Yep.
witness. And a lot of these preachers are not witnesses. They just talk a good fucking game. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man. Because at the end of the day, for most of them, it's that government funding.
501. Oh yeah. What was that? I'm a year for that, Dad. What about that? What's that one organization? What these churches are going through because they have a 501c. A lot of them. I think Olstein's part of it too.
Oh yeah, he's been part of it for a long. A lot of the mega churches are.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And these little churches, and I even said, and I'm not, and I'll tell you what though. Like people sit there and watch Mark Taylor. All right. And you know what? And they call they say, well he's a prophet, yada yada yada. And I says, you know what? I don't even put Mark Taylor on no pedestal. Why? Every prophet was a man.
Exactly.
All right.
That.
Every prophet was man and imperfect. You know what I'm saying? God made also wait. God picked the worst people, like Saul, who turned to Paul.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Noah was an alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? So was wait. What was the issue that Abraham had? No, he was just a completely righteous man. He didn't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? But I know Noah, he was an alcoholic. You know what I mean? I know that for a fact. He liked to drink. You know what I'm saying? But shoot, imagine God sit there and tell you to build an ark and all that stuff like that, and you're doing it, and everybody think you crazy, so you don't know what was going through his mind. There you go, say, "Daddy, to drink." You know what I'm saying? I build this ark, and everybody just on my fucking case. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I know that God. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's on my fucking case. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to drink this shit away and go ahead and do it tomorrow. Keep on building shit. Why? Because God told me to do it. Yeah,
Yep.
you know what I mean? Really. I mean, if you're sitting there just really empathizing, like, dude, what was going through his mind when every single person on earth thought he was fucking nuts? Building a giant boat in the middle of a fucking continent. You know what I mean? People don't look at this shit. People have no sense of common sense, comprehension, you know what I'm saying, or context.
If they even think it was real, man.
Right. But even if it wasn't real, how would you, dude? Look at look at social media, dude. You're feeling I feel the same as Noah. Shoot, I got cut off. I just got cut off of motherfucking YouTube, and this is my first fucking time, and this is not even formal.
And you really didn't say anything that
No.
I ain't heard anywhere else.
Right. You know, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I don't.
Dude, I think Susan is a racist, and we need to go after the CEO. She's a racist for knocking your channel.
Baby, who sues?
You know, let's use their logic against them.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
Susan is racist. Yeah, yo, man. No, did you do that? General Flynn for president.
I did.
Yeah.
Bro, no, man. Honest, it totally slipped my mind. But what I did do, and you can hear it in the Alan West video, I said Alan West and General Flynn 2024. But no, man, I totally botched that for you, man.
Oh, it's okay though, bro. It's okay. But no, but you know what I'm saying. But man, but I'm serious about that, man. I'm like, you know what? I mean, I think Flynn's gonna go back and take. Oh, all right. Here's some good shit. Let's talk about motherfucking Maxwell. Maxwell, Epstein, and the fucking list. Did you see the list? Did you see the list?
Which
Hip,
list, Da Vinci?
of everybody that was at the Epstein complex.
The flight logs or
The party
another list?
the partiers list and the flight
Ah,
logs too.
I've seen the flight logs.
Yeah, actually they're the flight. But I sat there and like 3 years ago. I mean, I really didn't look at all the lists when it first came out. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like there was a lot more names. But I guess they edited because there was a lot more names that was
Hmm.
on a list on the Q post. But I think they edited down to everybody that actually saw the list because to me the list was very small compared to what it was. And I said Chris Tucker, man. Now I was like, you know what I'm saying? Chris Tucker is on that fucking list. And if you look at a video I did on Facebook, I
How
said,
many times?
I don't know. But it was just a list. You know, I was like, no wonder he found Jesus and not doing Friday and all that shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I'm not going to dog Chris Tucker because maybe he's serious, maybe. But also, what brings in my mind, okay, if you have all these people, according to God, if they ask for forgiveness, you know, they should repent. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? All right. But at the same time, that we're know that it's already known that these are blackmails. You know what I'm saying? And the hardest thing in judging it would be, what about the people? What did these people have at stake to be blackmailed so bad to do something like this? And we have to find the ones that are, because some are guilty but innocent, but still guilty. But
Yeah.
according,
What is that term? Guilty by
Guilty
participate?
by
No.
association.
Guilty by association. Yeah. Thank you, hippie.
how about no? But you see, because we don't know if it's all pedophilia or anything like that, so we don't really know this shit. All right, so I'm not going to assume that. But let alone is what if there were people that had a lot more at stake that they were forced to do this.
Right.
Well, not only that, but when you're new to Hollywood or you're new to these circles and you don't really know the full scope, and then all of a sudden you find yourself at Epstein's Island and you're like, "Holy fuck! I didn't realize it was to this level," and you never go back. Do we hold that person at fault? Because sometimes you
Right,
got to show them better than you could tell them.
Right.
right. You know what I mean? And I think this should be really, really talked about since this is going out. Because this is just me if I was being a judge. Okay, these are the questions I would have being a judge. You know what I'm saying? These are why? Because then it goes into my integrity and me being unsure, and not have to really devote to God. Like, God, what do I do on this? I go because I'm a judge, but I'm not a judge for man, but also I'm a judge for your sake. You know what I'm saying? Humbly, because you are the creator, and I seek your guidance to give me this because I have no clue. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Even even for the proof. And as a matter of fact, I was talking to one of my friends about this, right? And I'm like, look. I go, I think we have to change. We have to actually reform the judicial system. All right. And the reason being, I say, okay, now though that it can't be, you have the 12. All right. After the 12, they have their verdict. Okay. I think the judge, I don't know if it is, I don't know if it is, I don't know if it happens. I'm not all into like judge and law and all that stuff like that deep. But I think the judge has a right to come up with his own questions, ask the plaintiff and the I mean the plaintiff and the defendant, and they have to answer. You know what I'm saying? That question that the judge that the judge asks. And this is after the verdict. Whatever question that he had during the case. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember what I said, what the question was. That's why I might beat around the bush. But giving you something that really strikes your mind about the whole case between the arguments of the plaintiff and the defendant. All right. I think what should happen is that people should be randomly emailed, 1,000 in each state. Give them a synopsis of what the plaintiff said with all their facts, and what what you call it, the defendant said. All right. And then after they read it, pay them like $50, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever they get paid for a day. You know what I'm saying? I give them a day's pay. All right. Give them a day's pay to sit there and actually look at it. They have a specific time to sit there and have all this done. And this is by law, just like you have to go, and these are random emails. You know what I'm saying? Randomly. Okay? Or random, or whatever. And then you get the verdict from them. You know what I'm saying? Then that will actually, if the 12's verdict stands. You know what I'm saying?
You know what you're touching on there, Da Vinci?
What?
The same thing they did in the Bible, man, in the Bible back then. They went by the law of the land and they were judged by their peers, a group of peers, the community, not just a select panel of biased peers.
Right. Oh, okay. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, damn. You see where does this
The,
come from? I
the
didn't even know.
judges just didn't make their decision. Oh yeah, you're guilty. Oh yeah, guilty. Because you gotta remember, the Romans did the same thing when they were gonna either execute a prisoner or release a prisoner. They went by what the Jewish community wanted done, and Jesus is a prime example of that. The mob chose to sacrifice Jesus for a very detestable man.
Right. And wow, man. That's where I'm at on it, though. You know what I'm saying? And that's something. I mean, I think. I mean, I know they did that, but it never dawned on me that's what they did. You know what I'm saying? So I knew, but I didn't know. But
Right.
that's what I felt inside my soul, inside my spirit, the way things should be done.
The way it should be done, man. The old ways, we never should have strayed from the Constitution and from the Bible of God in our nation, the way we're supposed to run our nation.
Mm-hmm. And that's real. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the way. I mean, why? I mean, why? Because that type of justice works.
Right? It was unbiased. It was clean. And maybe, yeah, maybe there was a mistake here and there, but we're not perfect.
But let alone, but you sit there and you have the transcripts and have it all, you all there. You know what I'm saying? And you pay these people to do it. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? You know what I'm saying? To actually look at this case. If they need time off for work to look at it, or else it's their option. They can go to work, but it has to be done by this date. You know what I'm saying? By law. You know what I'm saying? By law. It has to be done at this date. So you either take off of work, or you can still work and think you can still go through it, You know what I mean?
Right.
That's on you. If you don't want to work, you don't get paid, and you still have to get it done. So then, if you don't get it done, then you get fined because that is your duty, just like jury duty, but you're
Right.
at home. You know what I'm saying? And now that we have the internet, you know what I'm saying? Now that we have social media and information comes out really fast, you know what I'm saying? Because oh well, this dude murdered this dude, yada 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 yada. Oh, okay. Let me look at all these. So it's not just your city. You have the whole United States
Yep.
on your 1,000 people. You know what I'm saying? 2,000 people. Random. Hit them by social security number.
Hey,
You know
yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, if people fail to do their part as a juror at home, there's no excuse why it can't be done. Hey, that's money that for the government to use for the nation because these people get fined.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, we get it's to yeah, I agree. It's more like a win-win. And even if even let's say 30% of these people did their work and these out of the 1,000, 2,000, 30%, this as an example, that's still a good amount to get the judges to weigh out or to sift through, cherry pick, whatever you want to call it, on or is the person innocent or are they guilty?
Then after they read it, then you have a group of questions that yes, no, yes, no,
Yeah.
yes, no. You know what I'm saying? In some sort of like graphing system, and that graphing is almost like a bell curve. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So you get all this data in. You know what I'm saying? But another thing is everything can be hacked. But anything can be hacked.
Right.
Mail, internet, yada yada yada. So it comes to securities and all that type stuff. And dude. If they want group opinion, right? Then we randomly get people. You know what I'm saying? Or else, you know what? Or even make it more foolproof, right? We randomly get people, right? You have 1,000 people, and there's about like 60 counties, right? Like no more than I say about okay, a certain amount of number of people in every single county in the United States of America, 1,000 per state, every single county has in America has to do this randomly. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
then, well, what type of cases? Murder cases, treason cases, big crimes, big crimes. That things that affect the nation that people violate, you know what I'm saying? The nation decides their fate for the people, by the people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Well, the government, y'all say this, but what do the rest of the United States say? And that overrides everything.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Even Congress. You know what I'm saying? That why? No, it doesn't get legislated. You'll know it automatically goes into effect. Automatically. You know what I'm saying? If it comes to a murder of people, you make it smaller. Okay, we'll do 12 people. You have the 12 there. We have 12. We pick we'll pick 50 people from your county if it goes to county. All right, that's randomly picked for your verdict. Your borough, 20 people. You know what I'm saying? You can sit there and give numbers, and then that will give the levels of which gives the states their jurisdiction, as also gives the federal put the federal and the state, the county, the borough in check.
Yep.
Yep. So everybody's in check now. Everybody's involved with the judicial system. You know what I mean? And that right there would work. I guarantee it. Because a lot of people don't watch the news. They probably don't even know anything about it. So those are the best people that to get is the people that don't know anything about it. If you get them, you
Exactly,
know what I'm
because
saying?
because they're not contaminated.
Right.
They're not
Now,
influenced by
now
media.
if it happens, okay, and stuff like that, and then here's another thing. It's confidential. Okay. So if you sit there and tell anybody or anything about this case or anything like that, then you get fined. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
If
yeah,
you
I mean, it could go further, man. Especially with NDAs, applying NDA, either fine or jail time.
right, you know what I'm saying? And why? Minimum. If you do that, 3 months in jail.
Right, because this is all going to come down to integrity. Are you going to
Yeah,
have people who are going to be honest, straightforward, honest, or kind of just want to just bullshit around because they don't care, or
right.
you know,
And you just and why? Then you, what I said, like King Solomon, let's cut this, just cut the baby fucking in half.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Let's cut the baby in half, man. You know what I'm saying? Then if you really want to think about it, then it comes to like appeals. You know what I'm saying? Okay, appeals. Okay, then that goes. If it goes to appeals, okay, have that. Well, appeals. Then okay, then that goes. Then that will go to the. Then that will go to your your state courts. Okay, the state courts sit there and do that if it appeals. If it, you know what I'm saying, if it appeals, then the state has to do it. And after when the state has to do it, that's it. Appeals to federal and
right,
whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then but the regular justice system can follow the regular. It doesn't impede on the regular justice systems on how justice system rules on how it goes from borough, county, state, federal. It doesn't affect none of them laws. Still the same thing, but the way but what it works with it. Like ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie. You know what I mean?
yep,
And stuff like that. It doesn't impede on no laws or anything like that. It still goes through the same channels, but but the regular justice system still stands. It's just that if it goes to state, if there is the appeals and they bring it to from borough to county to state and all that, you still got to go through those parameters by the Constitution. It doesn't affect it.
right.
You know what
Well,
I'm
because
saying?
the role of the SCOTUS was to finalize that process, to have the last word, to do the final ruling on it, and they don't do that, man. They just sometimes they completely skip what you're talking about and just go straight to the superior court.
Mm, shouldn't work that way. You know what I'm
No,
saying? Can't work that way. The Republic won't stand because as I'm thinking about it, I mean maybe this is what the Constitution is supposed. This is what the Constitution is supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? This is
right.
how this is how the system is supposed to work, and this is how and then what's happening now is why it's not working. You know what I mean? And that's why it's not working because what we see right now and what's happening. You know, and people. I mean, you know what, man? I mean, shit. I should have recorded this video, man. I should have kept this as a clip. You know what I'm saying? Because because this is some real shit. You know what I'm saying? What do you think? Add on to that, hippie, if you can, if you have an idea.
So, just kind of, I've been listening, but I'm trying to edit a video. So I'm sorry, man. What was that?
Um, I talked too long. You go ahead because now you could probably make a shorter.
But what
Basi-
did you want me to? What did you want my opinion on?
Basically, we're going over a reformed judicial system that works. So I brought it up to him, those old school Bible style, and he agreed that we should. He was bringing the idea of randomly selecting a set amount of people from different counties, or say the state. Let's go with the state for example. You go with 3 or 4 counties, select 150, 60, whatever amount from each one to review the case at home for state level, like you said, from borough to state level, on the lower courts. And if they can't come to, well, if everybody starts doing their work and sends in their opinions or their findings or their data to the courts or to their uh
But
litigation,
we're
like the
not
lawyers.
talking about like petty crimes or not. We're talking about like
No,
shit that will actually impact
Yeah,
our lives.
things that affect our nation, like he was
Okay.
saying, war crimes or crimes against humanity or traitors, traitors and stuff like that.
Right.
That the
but
judges will
murder
go
too.
over.
Murder
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Well,
murder.
I definitely think that we need to be able to have our voice heard a lot better on the things that actually impact our lives. For example, like this face mask policy or shutting down a city. How can someone's ego be so
Well,
big, like a mayor?
this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking
Right.
about. Go ahead, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, hippie. Because let me fill you in a little bit more. So what he's going by is, instead of the judges having the say on their own, that the people, like you already know, the people can actually speak up and give them their part of it, so they can delegate over it and make the right ruling, the right judgment,
And the
instead of
judge
them just
and the
instead of
judge
all that instead of all that bias garbage.
and the judge also has a right to ask the question,
Right.
and the plaintiff and the defendant don't even have to know the question that he asked until he says his question on court. The question has a right to speak to the stand, to anybody that's on stand at a certain point in time at the end, because of course that you can't just go by them, but the judge should have questions himself from what he's seen after the case has been presented. You know what I'm saying? So that gives the judge his input. But it still goes, but it still goes to the people and their appeals. Because then once the judge has his questions, right? Then if you want to break it down just from that level, once the judge has his questions, all right, then the courts go into a recess. Okay? But they have to ask, but no. They don't go to recess. They answer the question when the question is asked by the judge, and they go to the stand. And the lawyers have no say, not unless you put the lawyers on the stand on what they think. You know what I'm saying? See where they are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't really articulate words inside my head on how it'll be done, but I can see that it'll be done. It can be done. That you have the plaintiffs come up first, and the lawyers can't say shit. They
Yeah, they
can't say
cannot interject whatsoever.
they cannot interject whatsoever. It's from their mouths.
Right.
And then maybe have maybe like, okay, then the lawyer, and then say the only thing you have to say, this will now go to recess. Have your questions answered by this particular point in time. This court will be scheduled on this date at this particular point in time. You come back. You know what I'm saying? Defense. Your last. Then will be the last deliberate. This will be like the final, the final, like the end deliberation and the final deliberation. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else has their answer, because everybody else listens, their deliberation, final deliberations, and then they put in their verdict. You know what I'm saying? On what they think. All right. And then if it goes innocent or guilty or whatever, suppose guilty, or any side goes to like an appeals court, then that's when it moves up
Right.
to the count before it goes to the state. It goes to the county. Then now it goes to random folk with a synopsis of the case. You know what I'm saying? And it goes into a court. It goes into a recess until everybody's shit comes in on what they think. If they want to appeal that, then it goes to them. Then bam, and then the way the justice system works, it yada yada. If it's a worthy case, they do their thing and get their people. That's it. Shit rolls uphill in law.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's your if you want to accept it, accept the verdict. You can appeal the verdict, but still the case has to be worthy to be appealed by the higher courts due to the evidence that's actually, you know what I'm saying, presented, and the judgments that was presented, and all that stuff presented. No matter what, it doesn't affect our judicial system at all. Same process all the way up. What do you think?
No, I agree. Like you're saying, man, it puts in those checks and balances. Not one court on any level is greater than the other.
Mm-hmm. You know,
Yeah,
and
we need to get back to the people, man, because we see that money influences, the judges and the
Yep.
lawyers and things like this. And time and again, we don't have a just society anymore. There's people that are committing crimes, maybe molesting children, but because they have a few dollars in their pocket, they're able to get out of jail. But if you got a roach or a joint, you're going to be sitting in jail. It just doesn't make sense anymore. So we do need to get back to a people, a just society ran by the people for the people.
right, and that's the only way I can think of that it would actually work. You know, I mean that's just the way I see it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I hate to what you call well I don't hate to. I ain't gonna say that, but I'm just putting it out there. It works. It's the only logical and practical thing that would work for our judicial system today. You know what I'm saying? Also
Right.
that ensures equal justice, equal justice by the law through and through. You know, but these people don't. But people can't think of shit like that because they won't sit down and conspire. You know what I'm saying? Like we're sitting there, we're sitting there in Congress right now. You know what I'm saying? And what's funny is I can imagine all the blame shit that these congressmen would say and try to fight it. I said, dude, you can't defeat. I'll be like, you can't defeat logic. Nah, and I'd say that the whole blame time. Either
The
you're
thing,
fucking crazy and you don't give a fuck and you have no integrity. I'm the only one standing here with integrity about this whole blame thing, and you're trying to stop this. I might put a fuck you inside there and walk off. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's some real
yeah,
shit.
they don't want to take accountability for where they messed up either, or what they're doing to the people and the states that they represent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So I mean, so right there, you know what I'm saying, would be um the most logical thing. You know what I'm saying? The most logical thing to do. You know, I mean, and back to we got off Margaret. What's her name? Do you
Maxwell,
think Maxwell? Yeah. So kill. So what do you think, man? I think they're going to try to kill her ass, man.
they're gonna no, they are going to kill her, man. If you look at the date alone, all the way into July of next year, they already have plans to kill her.
Mm.
Yo, to be honest, I don't think Epstein's dead because didn't that motherfucker have a kill switch?
He had a dead man switch.
Then
Everybody was
where's it?
talking
Where's
about
that?
this dead man switch, and they say the same thing about Maxwell. If they kill her, she has a dead woman switch. She has it, but no one has seen it. No one
Right.
has seen this.
That's what I'm saying. I don't, Assange. If Assange goes down, we know that fucking switch
I
is
don't
gonna
think
get
Assange is
released.
going to go down. Assange is going to be another Roger Stone type shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I think the only reason why he's still alive is because Trump extracted him and he's keeping his ass alive.
Right.
Listen, when Trump, the second term of Trump, that's going to be the fucking fire and brimstone we're all wanting to see rain down on this deep state. That's what I truly believe.
Oh
And
yeah.
Assange is a critical key in that. And so will Ghislaine, you know what I'm saying?
What was
But
it? Yeah,
I
what was
don't
it?
think Epstein's dead.
What was the day? What was the day that What was the day that Epstein was taken out of the Ecuadorian embassy?
Oh, you mean Assange?
Assange?
Yeah. What day? What was the date?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
4/11, 4/11/2017. No,
4/11/2017,
2018.
2018. It's
27.
been that long?
Yeah.
2 years?
Well, look. 4/11. What does 4/11 mean?
I don't know.
I've
What's
heard
the
that. I've
what's
heard
the
that before.
411?
That would be 6. I mean, you go 4,
No,
4 and 11, 15.
no, what's the
Break
four? What's the 411? What do you?
Oh, the 411. Ha.
Guess what that was on?
What's that?
What is a Q post? 4411 means information.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so they finally got Assange out of the Ecuadorian embassy on 411.
Right.
Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it.
Yeah,
You know.
right, boy.
Yeah, but but anyways, so now we're sitting there looking at this, right? We're looking at this, and I've been watching this news on Assange ever since then. So there's so many stories about Assange.
So you think that's his kinfolk or what?
You know what? As I said before, on this one, I don't have enough information on anything about this except watch. But what I feel, there's a bigger plan in play.
Oh yeah. Always.
I was like, I actually figured out why people didn't like Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. And this is my favorite quote of the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Of the 2000s. And this is one line by Luke Skywalker, because why? Not the Rise of the Jedi, but the Last Jedi told the truth. It talked what the Last Jedi talked about was all about failure. You know what I'm saying? Which we didn't really look at with Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know what I'm saying? And it was Luke's failures. You know what I'm saying? Through his nephew. But then at the end of the day, when Rey was getting ready to leave, do the same thing that Luke did with Yoda. Yoda just says, don't do it, and didn't tell him shit. Right? He just said, don't do it. Luke said, this ain't going to go the way you think. And you know what? That's the fucking truest statement I ever heard my entire life, because I see it coming, but I never thought it'd be coming out this way. You know what I'm saying? I never thought this would be happening this way. I never thought there was going to be a chop. I never.
No one did, man. Like I said, I thought I'd never live long enough to see this happen on our soil.
Right. Zay, I never thought. And I think that's why a lot of people hate it. Why? Because I'll say, because I'm a Star Wars fucking head. But you know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn. But The Last Jedi was the fucking truth. And y'all didn't, and none of y'all motherfuckers that are snowflakes and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? And all that shit, y'all couldn't fucking take it. You couldn't take the fucking facts. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a brilliant movie. It was the whole trilogy was fucking different. Each trilogy was completely different blame stories. That's the way
Yeah.
it should be. You know what I'm saying? Why now you're telling people what the right, what they be, what or what you want it to be. I understand about putting the social justice shit in it and all that stuff like that. You know, that's reaching. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I look at Ryan Johnson as a director. Yeah, he's a fucking weird dude, man. It's like if you ask like you, it's like asking Quentin Tarantino to do a fucking Star Wars movie. And I'm down for Quentin Tarantino, even though I don't like his pedophilia ways and all that. I respect the motherfucker's talent because he did make good ass fucking movies. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, so I'm not gonna be all messed up on, well, why are you supporting him when he did this? I don't support him, but you know what? I give his talent respect because I'm an artist too. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
like Pulp Fiction. I like Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like The Hateful Eight. Okay, I like all this shit. Why? Because I'm an artist. He's an artist too, and I respect that because his shit was real, a little bit far fetched, but real at the same time. You know what I'm saying? One of the greatest writer directors that ever lived. Only person that written a film that was completely driven by dialogue and no establishing shots. Pulp Fiction. Facts. You know what I'm saying? I'm a film. That's what I do. I'm a film head. That's why I want everything so perfect. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
facts. That's a talent. And to tell a story out of order and all makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I did an edit one time that I edited Pulp Fiction in order on what I thought that the whole thing would be in order. No
How did
lie.
that? How did that turn out?
Huh?
How did that turn out?
I can hear you.
How did that turn out?
It makes a lot more sense after I watched it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It makes a lot more sense after I watch it. It runs like a normal movie, but when I did it, I mean I don't got it no more. You know what I'm saying? That computer got fucked up and it was gone. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't on my, it was my editing computer, and I just did it for the fun of it. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And also with the rights and all that shit. You know what I mean? It made the movie very very predictable. It was very predictable that I don't think it wasn't as good as it was out of order. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. If you have the time to do it, if anybody has the time to do it, download Pulp Fiction and edit it in order and then play it back and watch it.
Yeah, I found it on YouTube right now. I'm gonna watch that after your stream. I'm gonna check it out because I love that movie too, man. Pulp
Somebody did it.
Fiction. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Oh, okay,
There's
so yeah, so yeah, so it was. What was the comments on it?
let's see, Pulp Fiction in chronological order. Someone did one 10 years ago, but they did them in sections. So let's see. Let me go to one that has it in to get a cast like one said I like how the entire movie just hit you in the face.
So more like it was very predictable to me. That you know what I'm
First
saying?
time. I don't know. There's a lot of weird mixed message comments on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Right. So now now you sit there, you watch that like, okay, and it's a beautiful thing, and I gotta respect Tarantino on that. That film's a masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Yeah.
master. There's no taking away from him. I don't like Quentin Tarantino as a man because of what he does, but the man's talent is fucking unreal, and they should let him do a Star Trek movie. I think it was dope, and the only one that he can do would be Mirror Mirror. You know what I'm saying? If it was gonna be a Star Trek movie and I wanted Quentin Tarantino to direct it, which that would be my top pick anyways, since it was out there, I say Mirror Mirror, but I want to help you write it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I already have a synopsis of it. I have it as a trilogy, and I'll do it with the Kelvin universe and link everything fucking together. Everything, every single Star Trek known to man, I'll link it together. It'd be the Flashpoint of Star Trek, and it'll work. You know what I'm saying? And it'll work. And you know where I put it to, and let the regular timeline be the Christopher Pike series that's coming out. It all boils down to that, and everything else is arrested. I mean, everything else is erased. Blow it up to you to make a prime timeline, and nobody will argue with about it. Nobody will argue because
Yeah, me
Flashpoint.
me personally, I like the Next Generation and Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, but Deep Space Nine, and I like the Next Generation movies better. There's and there's only like I got like a handful of like all the main stuff that Picard talks about. I've seen that interest me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I like a mixture of all of them, but DS9 is my favorite.
yeah, I love Deep Space Nine, man. That was, I think that's I mean, like I said, like my personal opinion, I think that was like the best Star Trek series.
hmm Jim Hadar was the shit. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And Captain and Benjamin Sisko, I can say it. He was the uh, Bill Cosby of Star Trek captains.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And why? Because of a broken family, death of a mother, raising a son with an alien that nobody likes. You know what I'm saying? Being a captain, being a leader, and all. Imagine. My hats go off to admirals, commanders, and captains who got all this blame responsibility, even to the president, that could manage all that and also be a father. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
also be a father. Dude, those are special people right there. You know what I'm saying? That can balance all that. And I know it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not easy. But that's what it is though, man. I mean, this whole thing, I see all these evangelists and all that stuff like that, and a lot of them, man, and like I take pieces from all of them. You know what I'm saying? I do. You know, I ain't going to say one is right. And often that I see a lot of people that are evangelists and ministers, they like to put their opinion in without telling people that this is their opinion. And I think that's wrong by the pastors and priests and ministers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? This is what the words say. This is what I feel. You know what I'm saying? Or in a way, or just acknowledging that I'm not perfect, but this is what I think from what is written, what the Spirit tells me. You know what I'm saying? But I can still be wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's why it says, "Seek and ye shall find."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Seeking is a lifetime thing. Why? Because sometimes you find the wrong thing along the way. Very well, my faithful servant, for you have done well only a few things. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, man, just be thankful for those few things that God can possibly give you mercy on.
Yeah. What is that scripture? Works are dead without faith, right, or something like that. I can't remember it
And
exactly.
faith without works is dead.
Yeah. 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 There we go.
I'm not a Bible. You see, I would say I'll get to that one day. But all thing I say is that I hate Bible wars, and I will not remember. I will not remember the verses. I'll remember the book. I remember some verses, but I will not remember it all verbatim because you know why? There's too many people. Because why? It's not written inside my mind. It's written inside my heart. Because if
Right.
you know every verse inside your Bible, it's mostly written inside your mind,
Right.
and you're taking it for granted. You know what I'm saying? Why? These verses, I mean, I remember, and I remember a lot of verses. I can't get them verbatim, but I can tell you, look, man, if you look in, I can tell you the book, you know what I'm saying? Look in that book, man. It's there somewhere. I may give you 2 or 3 because I've seen it around that area. So you got to read 2 or 3 books just to find the verses that I'm talking to you about. Read. You know what I'm saying? Read your word.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And why? Because that's that's the stuff that's written inside my heart. All right, that's why I know it. And it's not written in your heart. It's written inside your mind. You know what I'm saying? That goes for priests, pastors, reverends, imams, um, rabbis. You know what I'm saying? All who practice righteousness.
Yep.
There's one verse inside the Quran that I do agree with. It's Surah 31, and I remember that. All Christians, Sabians, and Jews, and all who practice righteousness shall have a reward from their God. Surah 61 or 31, something like that. And I sat there and that stuck with me for a long. All who why? Because then I know, okay, so there's righteous Muslims, righteous Jews. Who are we to judge? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say, I don't think I do believe in Jesus Christ. They don't believe in Jesus Christ, and that's what makes them wrong, and they may be good people. But these same people that don't believe in Jesus Christ and practice righteousness may find Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
As is what? Muslims, Jews, Sabians, shoot, they have more hope than Christians. Because at least they're practicing righteousness. Only thing they need is Jesus. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I mean, that's if you're sitting in this, if you really want to sit there and look at all these different religions. You know what I'm saying? You're doing everything right except don't believe in Jesus Christ is the truth, the way, and the life that he did raise from the dead. Faith without works is dead. All that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's religion. No, this isn't religion. Well, that's religious. No, religion. Then if people sit there and say, "Oh man, you're being too religious" and all that stuff like that, no, man, this isn't religion. Why? Because the religion that you think is not accepted by God, for it's written in James.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
The real
Why?
religion is the body of Christ, not going to a church and
No, real
being
religion
misled.
is written in this, and find it. Google it. Real religion is this: charity, taking care of the widows and the orphans.
Yeah.
That's
That's
it.
the body of Christ, dude. That's what he did.
Right. That's
We're all part of it.
right. Well, shoot, dude, that's the body of Christ. Okay, now you know what I'm saying? Bam, there you go. You know what I'm saying? That's what is written. When you understand what religion, this is not religion. What we live is a way of life. That's why we are called disciples, not Christians.
Yeah, the reason why I brought up the body of Christ because this is what stuck to me too. The eye cannot become the hand cannot become the eye, the foot cannot become the head, and the head cannot become the foot. So if I'm a foot, I can never become an eye if you're the eye, because that's impossible. That's not my position. That's not my place in the body of Christ.
Hmm. That's real shit. You know what I'm saying? And people go, well, dude, you have to cuss. Well, you do. I'm not cussing, dude. All right? I'm not. I'm frustrated. You know, I think when we talked before, as is what I go like, you know what? Do you really? Jesus Christ was mad when he threw the tables down inside the temple. When he goes, you turn the house of prayer to the den of thieves. Man, William Shakespeare wrote that shit pretty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jesus was upset. He was mad. I like to be there and see in English and what he said when he saw that. Because why? Because I tell you what, I say the same shit. When I see something really fucked up, I'll say it because it blasphemes God, because it hurts my soul. It enrages me. You know what I'm saying? It enrages me. not for me to kill you, not for me. No, why? Because it just blasphemes God and you know what I'm saying? Blaspheme the word and what Jesus Christ taught us what to be, even though we're not perfect at it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We're not striving for it. Things that these are the things that churches should be talking about. You know what I'm saying? Inside, one thing that caught me that really changed my life recently, at the beginning of this year, when I went through, for the first time, I went through the whole New Testament, Acts. You know what I'm saying? All the way through, and I heard, but I didn't do Revelation. You know what I'm saying? Because I went through Revelation so many times. You know what I mean? That I wanted to go through the whole. 'Cause I went through because year before I went through the whole Old Testament, which I'm going to do that again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
And
you always find something new, man. I've been through the Bible twice. I know I read it from time to time. I know I should read it more, but I've read it. But every time you read it over, for me on my second round, you always find something new.
right, you know what I'm saying? So then there was one verse that kicked into it that I don't know that it, but you just got to find it. I don't think it was in Acts, Peter. I don't know. It's within the first three books after the Gospels. All right, you'll definitely find it. You know what I'm saying? As read people read. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And what happened was that it was a there was a narration. It was a narration, I guess, from when Peter or Paul was writing Acts. I think it was Peter. I don't know who wrote Acts. Peter. I know it was Peter or Paul. But the narration of it goes that the Pharisees um, didn't like the fact that they spoke like they were uneducated, but they marveled their minds. I think it was Peter, because Peter was the gangster of all of them. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I think it was Peter because he's the one that sit there and cuss and tell you what it is all about, yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? But but at the same time, he'd marvel your mind because it's straight truth. You know what I'm saying? And it was because if you sit there and you read Peter, and what I've learned is that since being an artist, that you really understand the different writing styles of the way these people wrote. You know what I'm saying? Because even though I believe that that the English translation was by Shakespeare. You know what I'm saying? I really believe that because the original King James version. And then if you look at Maccabees, Josephus, Book of Enoch, and all that, a lot of these books were written in completely different styles, and also knowing that because I'm a writer. Um, it's it was crazy. Was what that was saying was that they were pissed off that the language that basically they were offended by the language that the Pharisees were offended by the language that Peter used. Okay, but at the same time they were marveled because they knew it was truth, but they wasn't accepted because it was all a power trip for them. You
Right.
feel me?
Because nothing can come against the law of Moses, right? Not even the law of God.
Right, you know what I'm saying? If you're really looking at it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like what these people were feeling. Another thing that people don't have is empathy. You know what I'm saying? Empathy doesn't mean that you're on their side. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Empathy is that you understand that due to the situation at hand, you understand the action and reactions. You know what I'm saying? You understand the perspectives of both sides, and then it goes to a point of oblivion because then why? Then because the people that you can only go so far in a far right, far left's logic until it contradicts itself because it's all inward. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It can only do it for so long before it inserts its own tongue in its own asshole. You know what I'm saying? Just to be honest, you know, and that's what I've been seeing over the years. You know, I mean, they talk about Daniel. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was written in Daniel about like the one scroll that he couldn't see or something like that. That was for like the last generation, and I believe that scroll was open. I believe that right there, this knowledge that's coming to us. But also they were saying that you know that if you teach this as a child, then you never go astray.
Yeah.
The child will always come back. You know what I'm saying? But even that was a very, very general term because in a way, it's like the Bible is like a codex. It's very general. It accomplishes all things, but until you feel the situations and what that stuff accomplishes, as in you come back, that the one that's taught it when it was a child, that he will always that he'll come back is because he comes back with more understanding of what it means and why it is that way.
Yeah, like the prodigal son, man.
Right. You know what I mean? Exactly. The
Yeah.
prodigals on why.
Right.
You know what I mean? And well, you come back a little bit more rugged. You know what I mean? Why? Because it's beating you for so long. You feel me? And then also not just that, it still beats you while you're holding on to it. Because then you have a public, you have social media, you have all this stuff. You know what I mean? All this stuff affecting you. Image, money, women, sex, desire. There's no God. You know what I'm saying? Let's call it all. People sit there saying, I said before, and I'll say it here, you know, and this is my platform. I heard people say, fuck Jesus to my face. Oh, you can't do. No, this is real, dude. These people will say fuck Jesus to your face and don't give a damn.
Right.
All right? This is truth. This is the gospel. This is what Timothy 3 was talking about. Okay? We're living in the incarnate of Timothy, well, chapter 3 was that? When you get like everything else, everything that would happen to people. You know what I'm saying? I may be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I posted it in my Facebook a lot of times. It's an excerpt inside the Bible of people being offended, lust of self, and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
All that shit's in there. And now you see it like now it's cards face up, man. And social media just gave it all away. And the crazy thing is, man, what hardens people? Another question is now, what's going to harden people's heart when people fall out? You know what I'm saying? I really do, and I believe the Antichrist. And I tell you what, and to this day, I can honestly say I don't know who or what it is, but I know it's coming and it's going to be bad.
Well, yeah. If we go by the word, we already know it's gonna be bad, man. There's no
You know what
other
I'm saying?
way. There's no other way to dissect it, man, because the word is our instruction manual to what's going on.
Right, right. When it happens, we just know how to react to it. That's it.
Exactly. Exactly, man. It's an instruction manual.
You know, that's all.
Baby
Basically,
hippie.
Yeah. Say hi,
what up? What up? What up?
Corbin.
That's doing.
Corbin. Look right here on the phone. Say hi. He's being shy.
Yeah, get that. It's being shy.
But man, I mean, why I go look. I go. Yeah, it's good. The studying, yeah. But now, man, I think from studying, right Now is the time that we sit there and actually talk about what we have to. We have to talk to each other about what we studied.
Right.
Goes back to iron sharpens iron.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's what iron sharpens iron means. We go back and converse. Why? We don't have a Bible at our hand right now. We're talking about what we have read and what is written and what you should look for. And in a way, at the same time, I'm glad I didn't learn every single verse of every single verse of the Bible. I'm just telling you what it says, and I'm just giving you the vicinity, and you search for it. Seek it, ye shall find.
Right. I'm the same way, man. I really can't quote the Bible like an educated Christian or person who went to school for this stuff, man. Like you said, the stuff I remember is what sticks to me in my heart. Like I can recall on a split second because it's not me bringing it up because I don't think about that. When you're
Right.
talking to someone about the Word of God and about Jesus and what's going on right now, it's the Spirit that's communicating. It's not me. I don't
Yeah.
say, "Oh, well, you know what? Yeah, God said this, and we had no, 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 no." I don't do that. I just bring up something that I'm familiar with, and it just comes out. I don't control it.
And I think, I think, and as I think about it, right, this is what goes into what fellowship. You see, people love this is fellowship.
Right? Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? This is what for why we don't got our Bibles in front of us. You know what I'm saying? That when our Bible's in front of us, we are studying.
Right.
Still a form of fellowship, but fellowship is not just having a Bible in front of you. We're doing a fellowship because we are conspiring on what we have learned.
Right.
You know,
And now that term, man, you said it twice. That term has been deemed evil, conspiring, and it doesn't mean that it's something conniving or to do something evil. It just means
right,
coming together and comparing notes.
right. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. This is what dialogue is all about.
Right.
Okay. We're not here to be mad at each other. Just like I said about Amazing Lucas. You know what I'm saying? And dude, send this video to them. Well, okay, you know what I'm saying? Send a link to them. You know what I'm saying? And say he mentions you, but he does disagree. But let alone is I got mad love, dude. This dude, I'm telling you, please subscribe to Amazing Lucas. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. Just we have a view that we disagree with it.
Right.
We can talk about. I love to come on a panel like this and talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Talk to them. Come on, white dude. We're not here to sit there. We might spend maybe about 10, 15 minutes on a subject and we'll start talking about other shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't need to talk about him, but that's what he feels. Or else it may go into a big discussion. I don't know. But it's not going to be heated. You know what I'm saying? I would like to know why he feels that way, as in conversating, not from what he says on a video, but to experience his reasoning on why, and ask some questions, as he may ask questions on why I feel this way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Just like say, change my mind. My question to Lucas is, what other way do we have right now before this country cracks? You give me a solution, Lucas, a good one, a tangible. From what you've seen with CHOP, from what you've seen with BLM, Antifa, all these, and right here we have my homie Hippies for Trump, just another channel going there doing work. We got Maurice Dell. We got all these other cats. All right, that's out there doing the work. And me, this is just my first time, and I get censored from fucking YouTube.
That is amazing, man. That is amazing.
Oh, okay, and I get censored from YouTube. First time doing this shit. All right. And really, do you have a better solution? Because you know what? Reason being, because he said something like all concerned. Yeah, I'm proud. Why? Because why? Because this is the last. This is the last before shit goes down. All right. Do you want to see violence on the side of the right? We're trying to stop this. This is begging to the public. She
Right.
wasn't begging to. She was begging on. She was begging on her knees to God for y'all, and at the same time begging on her knees for y'all to wake the fuck up. Destroying this Black Lives Matter thing. You know, I says and if violence is the only thing I see other than that everybody should sit there and really start getting out on this. I know I am. Once I get a few more things together, as you see, I'm graduate Shirley getting it together. You know what I mean? But this is our turn. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop because you know what? Violence is inevitable on both sides right now.
Yep.
You
Bro.
It's
know,
already
So
it's already started.
I just reached
Go
out
for it,
to
Hippie.
Chicanos for Trump, and he was at that Latinos for Trump, and he took about 7 hours to get there from Florida to Houston. So I just messaged him because he's in the video I'm about to drop that I'm working on, and he's like, "Dude, I live right because we're going to Pensacola the first week from Florida. I mean, first week in August." And I was telling him, I like to go to Fort Barrancas and go watch the Blue Angels and shit. And he goes, he said, I filmed for the Blue Angels in the Navy Aviation Museum. I could possibly get you to come with me one day to get some great footage. He says, so I asked, I said, dude, what? That's absolutely amazing. Do you know if they let just anybody film there? He says, some parts, yes, but but if we are filming, I could get you past to come on the flight line with my production team. What? How
well
fucking
Nice.
said,
badass would that
bro.
be, man?
Wow.
Nice.
I'm so excited. I don't know if y'all ever seen the Blue Angels, man, but they cost about like $2.4 billion.
They had them here in California a long time ago, like in
Oh, and then they
80,
took him off.
87, 88, here at
Oh,
Edwards Air Force Base.
is Hippie, you still there, bro?
He got too excited.
Huh?
He got too excited.
Oh, but man, but I tell you what though, man. I mean, God, man.
There he is.
I tell you, do you see how God works though, man?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Hippie. Oh, I think he's gonna come back on.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Yeah, but anyways, man. But God is working. I mean, God is working in many ways, man. This ain't no I. Is like God doesn't work in no ILM George Lucas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Type shit.
Well, yeah, the God isn't the Force, dude.
Yeah,
He's not the Force they make it out to be.
yeah. It's not
He's
the
not.
force. Yeah, yeah. It's not the force you make it out. It's not. But you know what, dude? There's one thing that I do believe. All right, and I'm gonna be honest with you. That I believe that God's going to give it this is going to anoint us with anoint us a power that we won't even understand. Because look with Moses. Look with Jesus. You know, like one time I said to my buddy, I said, "You know what I want to do? What? I want to do the moonwalk on water." You know,
Yeah.
give me that, Lord. What? I go, well, your power, your anointing. What? I go, we'll be greedy on one thing. You know what I'm saying? Like this grabbing is just for the fun of it. You know what I'm saying? Because he made us all individuals. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff like that. And this is a sense, and have a sense of humor. He's like, you know what? I want a moonwalk on water, and I want it on film.
That's a good one, man. That is a good one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. The wife called, and then the mother-in-law called. I don't know what I was talking about, but
The Blue Angels getting
oh yeah, yeah. So the Blue Angels, they're about $2.4 billion a piece. And when they're flying in formation, they stay I think it's 9 to 16 inches or 8 to 16 inches apart. So when they're in that diamond pattern and they rotate, they're like a ruler apart from each other. That's fucking mind-blowing, man.
well, they've done it
Wow.
too, where the cockpit shielding kisses the other one, man. When they're flying over under on each other,
Right.
the cockpit shielding will kiss the other one, dude, and that's crazy.
It is, man. It really is.
Man. No, we were talking about when you went off. I says, you know what? I said, I go, there's one wish. I really believe that God's going to give us power. And I says, God's working with y'all, man. Working with y'all big time. You know what I'm saying? And especially in this blessing for you, of just the Blue Angels and going there and be part of the team, man. So get some good footage, man. I'd be happy to see it, man. You know what I'm saying? Or shit, do it. No, or man, do an invitational live premiere, but make sure it's on a Sunday.
Yeah, I think they practice on like Tuesday and Thursday.
I
But I
mean,
mean, I'll definitely
no,
do it live,
no, when
and
you
of
edit,
course I'll
no,
edit
no,
it
when you
up.
edit, no, when you edit it all up.
Oh, do it on a Sunday. I see. I see.
Yeah, when you edit it all up and stuff like that, Premiere, and I think that a lot of YouTubers and stuff like that, and really start, like especially like people getting together and all that stuff like that. We should actually go and do the premiere and watch it and start making our documentaries and showing it to our peers. You know what I'm saying? Even our fellow YouTube buddies and stuff like that for their people to see it and yada yada yada. You know what I mean? And it
I
doesn't.
think I think the part that's the best about all this is like grouping with each other, like what Nino America says that will be in this video. When we go to these cities that we're not from, we need to link up with fellow patriots. That way, if we want to go out or do something, we have a local that has our back.
Right.
We don't need to go to these cities and be by ourselves.
Right. The buddy system,
Absolutely.
Buddy
basically.
system, strength in numbers, man.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
going out.
that's one of the reasons why, like me and Brandon, I mean, we live a couple of hours from each other, but that's why we go travel with each other, just so we have each other's back.
Right. Yeah, man. So what's next? What's next for you, man, on the travel thing?
So for sure, like the next thing for sure is October the 3rd is a huge Save the Constitution protest or rally in Austin. That's the thing for sure. But whatever comes up in between, then they got a girl out here. That wants to do like a Trump gathering rally thing in Lake Charles. Get boats involved, decorate the boats and stuff. So I'm gonna try to help organize with that. But I don't know. I mean, they got an event in Texas this week coming up with Trump. I don't think I'll be able to make that. I just took so many days off of work recently, but I don't know.
Right. Yeah, but we definitely have to get up, man. We all have to get up somewhere in the middle of the country.
Hey, I wanted to say this on the live stream last night, but uh, look, man, if like say God's night or even like Da Vinci, because for the people I trust, if there's like any kind of protest in y'all's neighborhood or area, and you want to cover it, y'all hit me up and I'll give you my password. You know what I'm saying? Well, y'all got channels, y'all wouldn't really need it, but I was
I,
gonna mainly.
if I have to, if I do it, I'd do it. You know, what I'm saying I'd find a way to do it to multi-platform it. Why not?
Right.
Yeah, multi-platform. This ain't this because right now, man, I ain't gonna lie. This shit is bigger than money. Yes, we're all capitalists. This don't get that fucking shit twisted.
Right.
So we all want to make a dollar. All right, no matter what. Why? Because it's not about just this work. We like other things and other like. I'd rather do a lot other things and do the shit that I'm doing right now, and don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? We
Yep.
all would. You
I
know,
mean, yeah, you're right, but like I really do see it as a hobby. This shit is fun,
yeah.
and it to me, I got 3 kids and I got guardian and my youngest brother. To me,
Capitalism.
it's more about setting the example for my children to say, look, it is worth standing
Yeah.
up for what you believe in your
Oh
country.
yeah, of course. I mean,
You
there's
know,
Yeah.
just many, just
but
many.
I probably spent over $1,000, well over $1,000 with the equipment and travel and things like this. And I ain't got nowhere near that back. So it's not, but I know what you mean. Trust me, I know what you mean. But
Yeah.
I love it. I love it, man.
I mean, I love it too. Don't get me wrong. But also at the same time, I love other things. You know what I'm saying?
You're
And
right.
right now, what's happening with this pandemic, this BLN, this Negroocracy, you know what I'm saying, of BLM and all them on the president, all this fuckery happening, pedophilia and all this stuff like that. Now it's affecting the thing. Now it's affecting my life, and I'm sitting here. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be that way. This is not what this country was founded on. Not whatsoever.
Exactly.
You
And also, perfect example, like with that kid throwing off that BLM mask. To me, that's what it's really about: getting out there and changing
oh
minds in the
yeah, that
3D
touched me.
world.
When
Because
I
they're
saw
not going to change their mind behind that computer or that keyboard. Their mind is set. But when you meet them face to face and look them in the eye, and they see your compassion, and they see that you're just being an honest person looking out for the next guy, they're a lot more willing to listen and understand.
And the thing is, though, they don't just see you, hippie. They see the authority in you, and that's God. That's Jesus. That's what gets people. That's what grabs them because they
yes,
see you. They don't see you suffering or pissed off or upset or angry. They see that nurtured spirit that's tied into God. That's anchored by Jesus.
then that goes for the right too. That goes for
Exactly.
the too.
For everybody. Everybody. There's no one exempt and there's no one special. It's for everybody.
Right. I mean, this right here is church, though, man.
Yeah.
Even though today is not the Sabbath,
Where
you know
two
what
or
I'm
three
saying?
are
But
gathered in his name.
you know what I mean? Wow, we're just talking about real things. After church special, you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. If you want to look at it that way, whatever way you want to look at this shit, you know what I'm saying. But this is real. This is living amongst. You know what I'm saying? And hippie man, I love watching your travels, brother. I love you to death, man. I'm glad Mo. I'm glad Mo introduced me to you, man, on a 4 wheel, dude. To be great dude, great friend, man. Love you, man, for real.
Appreciate it, Jay, man. Love you too, brother.
Yeah, man. You too, man. You too, man. I can't see your name. Cool.
Yeah, God's night, man. That's
You
my
too,
guy.
man.
He's
This
almost
is
on
like my
every
second
stream.
time talking to you, man. You know what I'm saying? All love, man. Love to you and all your families, brothers, sisters, friends, neighborhoods, and all that stuff like that. Because we got to, man. We gotta. This is like, even though this is political work, this is God's work first.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? First, this is God's work. It's just, man, we all bitch, cry, and moan, but at the same time, as me talking to you, shoot, I'm talking to God too. You know what I'm saying? We are all conspiring, and you know what
Right.
I'm saying? Our experiences, and also what we have learned from what is written in His Word. You know what I'm saying? For real. And then as what happened, a prime example, when I was thinking, oh man, they done that before. They done that like in the Old Testament, how you looking at law thing. Shoot, I never looked at it that way, but you like, wow. I says, it didn't cross my mind. It was all like that. And that was just coming from my heart. You know what I'm saying? What I believe. You know what I'm saying? What the
Yeah.
spirit is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of crazy where the Bible justifies, but at the same time, you don't think it justifies, but it does justify what's coming from your spirit.
Right.
From
And this is nothing new, man. We're going through what they went through back then. It's nothing new. It's just a different time. Technology is different. The enemy's a lot stronger, that's for sure. But it's nothing new.
yeah, and I mean that's just keeping it. That's just keeping it 100, man. You know what I'm saying? That's keeping it 100 through and through. But hit me on my 40 clever. Wait, a matter of fact, I want to see. I want to start making banners too. You know what I mean? Um, hold on. Look at
I'm gonna have to start learning this stuff soon too.
yeah,
And I'm not looking forward to it.
40 clever at at wait wait a second. Man, as I said, this is not formal. This happened to be a nice little panel that came up. All right. Did it come on there?
What on your stream on your feed?
There it goes. There it goes. That's my. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you go.
All right. That's my email. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff like that. And man, just be good to each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Praise God. Find Jesus. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you. I'm not forcing it. It's up to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because in the Bible it says, let the wicked be wicked and let
Right,
the righteous be righteous.
right,
You know what I'm saying? But you know what? You be wicked on your part, yeah, in your part of the area. Don't bring the wickedness over to me, as I don't bring my righteous to you. Which you see me, I'll bring my righteous, but don't bring your wicked over here. You know what I'm saying? Keep that shit
right.
to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Let God judge you. Oops, if you don't believe in God, but as I says, this is where it contradicts itself. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? They believe in God and Jesus so much, dude, that look, when someone's like this, an example, like you said, when they told you fuck Jesus, right? When the name of God or Jesus, especially Jesus, comes out of their mouth, they're aware of his existence, or else they would not speak his name in the first place.
Right, right. Yeah,
So they are acknowledging, manifesting Jesus when they speak his name out of anger. So they know they're giving him existence by them speaking it. So therefore, they know he exists.
right, right, right. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's nuts.
But I'm
I
speaking
mean,
of
what?
this too because I was like this before, man. Like when I was a lot younger and I was stupid, I was one of those dumb assholes. Like, why me, God? Why me? F you. You don't know nothing about me. You don't do nothing for me. I was one of those.
Right, right, man. I mean, shoot, man. I always feared God, man. You know what I'm saying? I was just hard headed.
I learned the
I just,
hard way. I learned the
yeah,
hard way too.
yeah, I do what I want to do. I knew. I mean, I ain't gonna say I was an asshole, but I was an asshole. I'm still an asshole. You know, there's in some aspects. And that's what it is, man. This is this journey of life.
Right.
You do well in those few things. You know what I'm saying? It'd be nice to have everything right. You know what I mean? It would,
But
but it's not.
that's why he gave us free will, man. He knows what we're capable of. He knows what we are capable of with it.
Right, right, right. You know,
Or else he never would have gave us the free will. And that's why when Jesus sacrificed and he ascended to heaven, he left us his spirit. So
right,
there's a check and balance now.
Right, right. And everything. I mean, the Democrats talk about checks and balances. Republicans talk about checks and balances, and they're not doing checks and balances.
Nope.
Power. That's all
Right.
it is. Just power.
Sacrifice, man. They're sacrificing people for their power.
And that's one thing, man. As I said, you can call me conservative, you can call me whatever. I got a little bit of both in me. You know what I'm saying? And that right there is makes me imperfect because I have no balance. The only balance I got is my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ to help me balance this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I am inspired by Solomon. I'll cut the baby in half. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather do that and be safe. You know what I'm saying? So I can't judge things that I can't judge on things that it's not my authority to be not my authority to judge on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And people got to realize what judgment is. You know what I'm saying? Being judge is a very, very general word because you got to put in all these variables inside of it in order to make a judgment. But
Right.
some variables inside of it's even beyond you. You know what I'm saying? And people, and then the moral of that story of cutting a baby in half is, in case some people see this and they don't know, you know what I'm saying, is that, um, well, I'm trying to think what happened. There was two women, right? And they both said that it was their baby. And Solomon didn't know whose baby it was. So Solomon took up his sword and he says, okay, I'll cut the baby in half and give you each a half. And the one said, don't do it, it's her child. You know what I'm saying? That would a
Right.
person sit there and sacrifice their own child or a child? You know what I'm saying? Just to say that that baby is theirs and lie about it. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, man, it always made me think. It stuck with me as a kid. You know what I mean? As a kid, before I was even 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? And then why? Because if you sit there and you chop something they love, you know what I'm saying? One person, if the person doesn't do nothing, then that's obviously not their child. Or if that person does something, that is their child. No matter what, the truth's going to come out. Because if
Right.
it's that child, they won't let me chop their baby in half. You know what I'm saying? And this is and apply that to all aspects of your life. You know what I'm saying? And people may misconstrue it, but as I said, it's still being general. The Bible's like a codex. But through experience and reasoning, practicality and prayer and meditation and coming together, you know what I'm saying? And conspire with each other of like minds who has the same spirit. You know what I'm saying? Not the same spirit as in earthly things, but same spirit as in spiritual things. Their alignment with the higher power, with God, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Those people that you have to conspire. That's where the power is. You know what I'm saying? The Almighty, the Most High. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That right there trumps everything. You know what I'm saying? Well, thanks, man. I'm ready to get off of this bad boy. As I said, we're off on for almost 3 hours. You
Yeah. No,
know,
man. Time goes by where you don't even realize it.
yeah, man. And it was fun. I wasn't expecting it to do all this and stuff like that. But you know what? I'm glad y'all showed up. Now let's see what happens, how I can share this, and let's get it going. All right, but yo, you got my look up Jay Da Vinci, man. You'll find me on Facebook. And
I'll I'll, I'll definitely share this on Parlor and on my Facebook.
right, and that says, man, this is informal. That says I'm messing around, still learning how to do this. But thanks for the few people that showed up, and let's get it. All right, man. Y'all, peace, man. Respect to your family. God bless all of y'all, man. And definitely hit me up on Facebook and let's get our number and exchange numbers.
Well, thank you too, brother. God bless you too for having us on.
My email. Yo, hit me on that email and give me your number. All right. You too. All right, then I'll check you out, man. Peace.